a little bit of the skills that it takes to fight at this level. I remember going back to like 2005, and we went to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪's training camp, and we were taking our heavyweights to give him some work. And actually, one of his sparring partners had come to our training camp. And so he was working with us. And now when 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 was going to actually fight Klitschko, was absolutely smashing people back then, right? So this is like 2005. And so we drove up north, got up on 395. And the guy that we actually had to take to spar with him was 6'5", 240 to 245 pounds. And so when we got there, the interesting story when you fighting at that level is you are always in there thinking that you can really do the thing. Like you just think everything that you've been doing is the holy grail of boxing. And so as I weigh in and talk about this Fury Usyk fight, it's very similar to this camp that I'm explaining to you when you're at this level. So we're doing drills, offense, defense. We're taking guys through sparring like we have never before. And I actually posted a picture of that heavyweight training camp back in 2005. I actually posted it. As a matter of fact, I think it was in a video from yesterday's live stream or Wednesday's live stream. And I'll put it in the comment boxes after I get done with this stream. But what we're talking about is what you don't expect when you're fighting at the highest level of boxing. So when we went into the training camp, I knew that we had a lot to really accomplish because we were fighting against a real dude. But your ego gets in the way when you're a coach and you've been in the game for less than 10 years. Well, I've been in the game for over 10 years, but at the championship level, it's different. And I didn't know that. I just felt like you good. Probably like what you think. You think, you know how to slap box, that you actually know how to get in the ring and box. It couldn't be further from the truth. But what we did is we went there and everybody's pumped up and it was traffic like hell. I'll never forget that day. So we hit 395 North and we hit Whitelock Road. And that was in the hood, like the real hood. Like what you think about the hood, that shit ain't the hood. That's Beverly Hills compared to where we went. Once we got there, what happened is we started to stack up everybody's stuff, unpack. And lo and behold, when we getting ready to go up into the boxing gym, there's these cops. They run up at us and they got guns and shit. And I'm like, yo, I ain't know. Like, and then these little, my hand to God, 7-year-old kids cussing the cops out, going for straps. Like I said, you think you in the hood, you ain't seen no hood. Junkies all the way down the street with the things tied around their arm because they just finished hitting, or it was crazy. So I'm setting up the scene just to let you guys know what people go through to reach that level of boxing and what they're willing to go through and where they came from. This is where Tank is from, okay? This is Baltimore City. So we going up there, we go up into the gym, right? When I got there, my guy, my heavyweight, 6'5", 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪္is full 2.5. But his head is wide as this screen. And I literally mean that. And if his son is watching, I'm telling the truth. He was punishing. I mean, literally punishing one of my fighters, right? And we're talking about someone who actually had a WBF title. We're not talking about some guy This guy had already went over and won in the UK. So once I got in there, as a matter of fact, that wasn't the actual case. My guy was sparring against the guy that we had trained named Beast. So we in the ring, dude throwing, boom, bam. He throwing this punch at us that I couldn't figure out how he kept hitting, because we are very good at defense. Our defensive squad is crazy. Our defensive tactics was crazy. But one thing you don't understand about boxing, when we say the word levels, that means there are levels to take away everything that you have and what you develop. You don't know how to fight without that thing, right? Because a lot of you in the street, you fighting with low guard, but I can make you stop fighting with your guard low. A lot of you guys think you can rock in the shell, but I'm gonna make you stop fighting in the shell. And then how good are you with your draws pulled down? And that's what these guys were doing to us, right? And even then, we knew how to make adjustments, but it's just when these guys have been in the game for over 10 years and then they doing things that you're not accustomed to seeing, you're going to just start to question yourself. So my guy was getting bludgeoned. I mean, fucking bludgeoned. Like it wasn't even a sparring session. And we're talking about a guy who can be skilled. This is the second time we'd been in the ring with him. I don't know which time he got beat worse. And you think you're able to make an adjustment. But when you get into the ring with this guy, it's just different. Like he just had it. He had it all. After he beat the shit out of my guy, they do this workout. Feel like working out, shirt covered in fucking blood. He's like, yo. And Coach Tyrone, he would call me Ark. My name is Eric Bradley, coach, that is to you. And he said, Ark, I want y'all to do these walking 25s. I said, what the fuck is walking 25s? He was like, you'll see. So it's heavyweight, it's 6'7", literally, shoes off. I love telling this story because it puts perspective around understanding the levels of boxing. Once he got there, the guys came down out of the ring. They had to climb down 50 damn steps to get out of the ring because the damn ring is like taller than your house. They got down to the floor and they start doing this workout. I had guys who were fit like Floyd with us. We did this workout called walking 25s. And if you really from a real fight gym and you got at least 3 generations of gangsterdom, you know walking 25s. And there are only a couple of world-class teachers in the world. So that's who has this kind of a training regimen. So we got there, man. We start doing this shit. These dudes was fucking working. And one of my fighters is a welterweight. Motherfucker came up, man. He was so damn soaking wet, and the heavyweights was soaking wet. You could just feel, I didn't do this yet, but you could just feel the level of exhaustion these guys was experiencing. And once that happened, you started to notice that these motherfuckers on another level. Hence is why we say they're levels. We did that shit, and these dudes is super heavyweights. And once we finished that, he said, now let's go do our runs. This dude just did 15 rounds. And in Baltimore, the fucking hills is like San Francisco. We go over there and do 15 fucking rounds in the gym. Then walking 25s. And then he puts on his bro game boots. He didn't even wear sneakers on the run. We get in the truck and the fighters run behind us. We ran 8 miles. No, we ran 7 straight miles, hills. My fighter literally quit He couldn't do it anymore because he wasn't used to running that distance. And when he took like a 3-minute break, turned around, he ran 7 miles back and had to run an extra mile. So we did 15 miles, and this dude had on boots. Like, you don't understand when we say levels in boxing, and then you look at how this guy beat Tyson Fury the first time. Tyson Fury is a killer. He knows how to adjust and adapt to everything, right? But when he fought Usyk, it was just like when I saw that guy that came to our gym, whooped our ass. Then when we went to Baltimore, he whooped our ass there. And I couldn't figure the shit out. It's just levels to this fucking sport. And you don't get a new level by getting your ass whooped. Okay? The other level comes when you learn how to fight handicap. That's another level. Understanding, like when you go back to Bernard Hopkins versus Eccles, the second fight, Eccles slammed Bernard Hopkins on his shoulder. His shoulder dislocated. He had to fight the dude with one arm for like 8, 9 rounds and swept him because he can fight handicap. That's what you got to think about when you're talking about learning how to box against a guy and understanding that it's levels to this shit. So I don't know what you guys are doing, and when it's all said and done, are you going to watch this fight, and what do you think about it? You know, do you think that Tyson Fury really can get in there and adjust? Because at the weigh-in was crazy. Like Tyson Fury couldn't even look the dude in the face because that guy is the truth. That guy can't be rattled. That's a lot to overcome. But the Gypsy King can make an adjustment. And I do know one thing. He can fight handicap. So he's at the highest level. But always remember, when you reach a new level, there's a new devil. And if you're going to go into this thing watching these fights, betting on these fights, or competing at a high level of boxing, you better not ever let your damn ego take control, because your ego is going to get your ass whooped, because this game is unforgiving. Every fighter that's ever fought has lost, including Floyd. He figured out how to adapt and adjust in the pros, but he knows what a loss feels like. And there's no fighter that's ever fought that's never lost. You think about that. As many people that you see and think are so dope, every fighter's fought, because the styles make fights. And you're going to run against a style that is your kryptonite. So we did a segment called Sports Science. And that conversation I just did the post-fight for Tyson Fury. So go over there and check it out. If any of you think you have the real confidence to take and try this workout called Walking 25s, our links are down in the bio. You know, you can get in contact with me if you're a real one and you want to try some shit out that we teach. And like I said, it's levels in boxing. You just better know which level you are when you come asking for the smoke. Because if you're about that life, we're about teaching that life. And these guys tomorrow is going to be crazy. If you guys want to see two-time super middleweight champion come on and do a prediction show with me tomorrow, Otis Griffin's going to be on with me. We're going to do a live. We're going to do it at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The fight card will be going on, but we're going to do a prediction show. Otis is right 9 times out of 10. So if you're betting on the fight, you definitely want to hear his take. And thanks again for watching, man. Make sure you tag your boys, because right here we're teaching the science. And I'm going to give you guys some real pearls. And I want you guys to take part in the new year. Don't be fucking around with me. Get your ass into some kind of physical boxing shape with the power boxing program that I'm giving you. because you need to have this shit intact going into 2025, and you need to already be on the roll. So if you are in that space that you don't want to go into 2025 on some bullshit, type the word power and start power boxing. It's super cool. 5 minutes, I'm already getting diesel. I'm getting strong as hell. I only been doing it for, today is day 10, and I haven't actually physically done it, but it only takes 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do it now that I'm off of this stream, all right? Type the word power, and you know, we'll make sure it gets to you. But don't play around. Don't go in the next year with that bullshit. Get right. Stay on your game, because the game is coming to you. The powers that be are making sure that the small people stay small, and the people who are in position, they're going to make sure that you don't understand how to get yourself to that next level. So don't let yourself be a victim. Make sure you get yourself to that next level, getting your mind in the right place, and let your body follow that shit. So right here, we getting your mind in the right place. And then, look at motherfuckers done dropped off. They're gonna be in the same place in 2026 and 2027. The only people that are focused on getting to the next level are the people that said enough of being the same. So special shouts out to you. If you ain't subscribed, if you like learning, we teach boxing, business, how to be a real entrepreneur. I'm not loading myself into one category. I live life, and I live life in a cool fucking kind of way. So if you want to learn how to live life in a cool fucking kind of way, subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell, because I don't put up bullshit. Everything we put up is fire. I hope I get to meet you one day, but if not, still raise up. Coach Bradley signing out. Be blessed at Godspeed. I see you in the winner's circle. Subscribe, hang tight. We got some cool shit dropping in our membership portal. Don't play boxing. Peace out, guys. See you tomorrow.